Warning: the following video contains heavy spoilers for Batman v Superman. If you have not seen the movie, please don't watch this. Booyah! Alright, welcome, Keistered it, to a very special, you son of a bitch, a very special episode of PixelCulture, a spoiler review of Batman v Superman. No, we're going to go balls deep.
I don't know if we can spoil it right now. Well, if someone watches it.
Yeah, if somebody hasn't seen this movie, we're going to be talking about it in great detail. So stop the video and go watch the movie. Or don't stop the video and spoil everything. Because you could be like me, and spoilers I don't give a shit about. It gets me more excited for the movie itself. Alright, so let's go through. We'll talk about like things that we liked, things that we didn't like, and our overall scores. The norm. Pretty much what everybody does.
Really, honestly, the only thing I didn't like was just the fact that Doomsday... He kind of looked like Doomsday at the end when he, quote-unquote, transformed and had this bone spikes or whatever, but he still didn't look like Doomsday, really. He kind of looked like an orc from Lord of the Rings, or the Cave Troll. That was it. Really, that was it. Everything else was fucking awesome.
You're not alone. A lot of people thought the same thing. They don't like the way he looks. They thought it could have been done better, and it could have, which is a weird thing to screw up. Like, they could have just made the bones come out a little bit more, and he would have resembled, and maybe give him like a bone chin, like beard.
Bone goatee, the spikes on the cheek.
They wanted to try and make him look pretty.
He wasn't pretty by any stretch.
Yeah, it just looked like they copied and pasted a fucking cave troll from the Lord of the Rings on his head. Kind of bugged me.
Yeah, well, I was confused until, he ripped his skin off and the bones came out, and I was like, okay, it's still... But I agree. I agree with that. What about you, Stylen? What didn't you like about the movie?
Honestly, the thing that got me the most was the fact that, like, the only real fight between Batman and Superman was quickly aborted. I mean...
And it took like an hour for that fight to start.
Yeah, and then, like, it happened, like there was a little bit of the, sitting on the edge of the seat, and then, I mean, how long was it? 3 minutes? 4 minutes? And
it was like 10 minutes.
The fight? No, the fight was like a good 25 minutes, half an hour, dude. Because, like, they fought, like, up and down everywhere. And then they, like, went in the building, and, like, Batman was kicking his ass, and he had the spear with the kryptonite and shit.
Well, yeah, but then, like, just like that, like, it was over.
Yeah.
And they were totally solid, like, best friends.
Well, I wouldn't say that they were best friends. I would just say that they had found a common ground.
Yeah, at the beginning of the relationship.
With both their moms being named Martha, which is another complaint that people are saying that it's a weak foundation to just, like, not kill somebody. Oh, what? Your mom's name is Martha, too?
If you think about it, the reason Batman is because of his fucking parents. Well,
it's true.
It's all touted as his parents' death. So when he heard that, it was like a trigger. Like if you got a heroin junkie, gets off heroin, sees heroin, he's gonna be a junkie.
Whenever somebody brings up Batman's parents, he's always like, "Oh!"
Yeah,
like,
that's his thing. Like, so.
And I didn't even piece that two together, that they had the same named moms. Like, that's kind of a weak-ass plot point, I guess, but I see it. Like, it's not too far of a stretch to where I'm like, raw, so angry.
I can't remember how they became friends in the actual comic book, like, to where they actually, started the Justice League. I think, I want to say it was because of that.
It was because of Darkseid. Like, they beat Darkseid, and, like, he grew, like, a respect for Superman. He didn't really trust him. He doesn't trust anybody. But, no, those are valid points, and I agree.
And the filthy image that I have in my head of Batman using a firearm.
Yeah, see, that's one of the things I think they could have cut that entire in the dream.
When he was on Apocalypse.
In the dream, when he was on Apocalypse.
But that happens in the actual. That's canon. Like, if you want to go there, it's canon. Like in the comic books, it happens
in Dark Knight Returns. Yeah.
Because Superman becomes fucking evil as fuck and takes over fucking Apocalypse, owns the universe. Batman has to go there and try to stop him, and Batman, the only way he can do it is by using guns.
That's one storyline, yeah. But see, I think that they could have cut that part out. Sure, they could have shown, like, Batman like throwing out his morals and working with criminals to fight Superman and getting the kryptonite.
Yeah.
But I think the end part where he whips out a pistol, he's like poof, 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 just taking out people. That was a little far.
I don't know. I like it.
I dig it.
I'm solid comic book fan. Like that's how my Batman I want him to be. Like at the end of The Dark Knight, he's old, he's tired, he's had enough bullshit, and he's fucking done playing. Like,
See, and I don't think a lot of people are taking that view because this is a Batman that already hasn't killed for a long time, didn't use guns, and this is an older Batman. He's pissed off and sick of shit. Exactly. That's a good point. That's a valid.
That's kind of where, because I mean, that's why they were setting it up for so long. Where he's watching buildings fall, it was setting it up to like what got him to that point. He's just tired of the bullshit of everyone just doing crime still when he's beating ass, but still they're just coming back out.
And this is a Batman who's lost a Robin. Like that's Robin's suit in that glass case with Joker's spray paint on it.
Do you know who wore the suit though?
Who?
It was the original Robin. What's his gray?
Dick Grayson.
Yes. Yep.
See, I don't know. I don't know which. They haven't said which Robin it is. If it's
it should
Tim
be
Drake,
Dick
Dick Grayson.
Or no, Tim Drake. But he was the first Robin. Like technically, it was Tim Drake, or was it Dick?
No, it's Dick Grayson.
Is it Dick?
The Flying Graysons.
Oh yeah,
old school. Because he watched his parents die just like Batman did.
Yeah, and then he becomes Nightwing, right? Well,
they fell from the.
No, Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing. Mm-hmm. You're right. Yeah.
When they fell from the swing.
Yeah. Because of the Joker or the Riddler. Or
even in the Batman Beyond cartoon series, where fucking Bruce Wayne is old, he killed. Well, he didn't kill because it was a WB cartoon, but he still.
That's where they should go with this because Bruce Wayne will just get older, and then they can bring in Batman Beyond. Like everything I hear is like, Bruce Wayne's Batman, so they couldn't do a movie. Yes, they could. They could make it badass and still have Bruce Wayne in there.
There's a storyline
mentoring.
There's a storyline in the New 52 where, or maybe not. But
the New 52's go.
Nightwing takes over and becomes fucking Batman.
Jim Gordon takes over and becomes Batman in a mech suit with bunny ears, which is fucking weird. I don't know.
But yeah, Bruce Wayne hasn't
always
been
that tone of voice when you kind of have an inkling. What is it?
I don't know. I don't know why he has bunny ears. I don't know where the design choice. It's a big blue mech suit. You can't hide him. I don't know why he's Batman. I think Bruce Wayne came back and they thought he was dead or some shit. But anyway, back to Batman v Superman. Back to that shit. Okay. The firearms thing with Batman made me a little uncomfortable. They could have just trimmed that scene down, I think, a little bit, and it would have benefited more. Because it would have pissed the less people off seeing Batman holding a firearm than.
But if people are looking at it from the Batman to where he doesn't use firearms,
it's true. But we're in the minority, though.
If people are looking at it like that's what happened on Apocalypse when the shit goes down, Superman becomes evil and wears a black suit. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, there's videos on YouTube saying 10 times Batman has killed. Or 10 times Batman's used guns and shit like that. Even the Year One storyline, he used guns.
And the thing
and he was like, I'm probably going to get shot at less if I don't have a gun first.
In the first Superman, Man vs. Steel, Superman never kills. Superman never kills. Now, evil Superman, different story, but Superman never kills. He fucking snaps Zod's neck and
yeah, dude. And that was his catalyst for his morals.
Yeah.
He hadn't killed anything yet.
When I saw that, I was like, oh shit, they're going that way. That freaked me out because Superman.
It was jarring.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, he fucking killed him. Because the old Superman's.
That's in Man of Steel. Yeah.
So I have not seen that.
It's a good.
You need to.
It's a good. Really, really good one.
It's the best Dragon Ball Z movie that's ever been made.
Yep. Where did you train on a farm? You get it.
Leave my mother alone!
You think you could threaten my mother?
Dude, okay. The firearm thing bugged me a little bit. The other thing, Kevin Costner did not need to be in that movie. What the fuck was Superman doing? Was he eating peyote as he was walking up the mountain?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was. I was gonna say, that was a really random fucking part. That had nothing to do with the movie.
And what was he doing? He's just stacking rocks.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
On
You're
top
dead.
of a broken ass weather antenna. What was that?
Part of his ship, maybe.
No, because Zod took Superman's ship, and that's what was in.
Well, Superman has Fortress Solitude, that big icy. That's why he was up in the mountains. That's why Superman was there. But I don't know what, like, Superman was, like, tripping. Having spiritual visions and shit.
Yeah, because that threw me off. I didn't get it.
I thought that didn't need to be in there whatsoever.
Nope.
Well, I'm sure there was some reason. I don't know if it's...
It was just to make the connection to Man of Steel. But, like, it wasn't necessary, I don't think. It was just Kevin Costner, like, being there.
Kevin Costner in Man of Steel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
his dad. in Man of
Okay.
Steel.
Pa Kent.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
It
It was unnecessary.
Yeah. And so was
Small-
on Apoc or not on Apoc. His dream, Batman's dream,
Which dream? With the Flash?
and the apocalypse where it goes the gun like that. Didn't
It's true.
Okay, it set it up.
I understand the
If they're going
nightmare,
there,
like, because
but-
he's questioning his own morals, like I said, and he's, like, working with criminals. But, yeah, it went too far.
I mean,
but it was also to show parademons, because those were those things, like, flying around, grabbing people.
But that's cool if that's where they're gonna take these movies. If they're just gonna not even fucking go with Darkseid or Apocalypse
are.
or any of that shit, what the fuck?
Have you seen the deleted scene? Oh, yeah, I sent it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's supposed to be Steppenwolf.
Who?
I haven't seen
Steppenwolf?
those either.
Or Steppenwolf? He's, like, one of Darkseid's lieutenants or some shit.
Steppenwolf has like he looks like fucking Thor.
Yeah, he looks like a human. I know, I looked him up. But the helmet does kind of look like the way that alien thing did. So, I mean, I'm alright with that, because he looked stupid in the old comic books. I'm sorry. He looked stupid.
Yeah.
He looked cool in that thing. He looked kind of generic, but he looked cool.
Yeah,
Still.
that's what I was wondering.
Thing.
That's why I always thought it was Cal-Rose.
But no.
Bring Lobo back. I'd love Lobo as Superman villain.
They're making a Lobo movie.
Fuck yeah, I'm down, dude. He was
Yeah.
cool.
That part was confusing. I thought it was a little confusing because it was Lex Luthor who was sending Bruce Wayne those, like, threatening letters that was like, you let your family die and shit. Like, why? He knew he was Batman? How did he know he was Batman?
No. He knew that his family died because obviously, I mean, it's the Waynes. They're rich. They're the ones that fucking.
Yeah, but it
set
seemed
up
like he was, like,
Gotham.
encouraging
So
Batman to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no. You're right. He did.
Yeah. So what?
Wow.
I don't understand. I understand when he goes into Zod's ship, and the ship's like, we have vast knowledge and all that shit. I understand he could figure out who Superman was in that case, but how did he know who Batman was before then? Unless he's just smart as fuck. But everyone was, like, complaining that,
One
like,
thing that did
Batman v Superman doesn't have any joy. I thought there were lighthearted moments in that movie, right?
dude. Okay, it was Metropolis basically got fucking demolished. One,
Yeah.
because of the giant fight between him and Zod, and two, because of the ship, the planet, or the world engine on Indian Ocean, and then the fucking, I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be happy. I mean, after 9/11 happened, everyone was bummed for like 3
It's true.
years. Like,
This
all the
movie,
time.
this movie was about hope. Like,
Yeah. Like, it's the start of shit going back to normal. Well, getting to normal.
and there were still jokes, dude. And, like, I don't know. I don't quite agree with the no joy thing. Like, I don't know if they necessarily should have killed Superman at the end, because that's a weird way to start Justice League.
I do, because that's...
But they could have done a whole movie about that.
He didn't die.
So Black
He's not
Adam's
dead.
out.
Oh, no,
He refurbished his powers.
Wait,
He dies.
I know, yeah, he gets
and
put
hangs
into
in
a
the coffin
recovery.
for a while,
yeah.
just to...
Gets
just
put into a
to think.
recovery coma. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's okay. They could have done a whole movie about that. Like, maybe
That's dope.
maybe they should have done, like, just Batman fighting Superman in this movie, and then saved Doomsday for Justice League or something like that. And people have made that point too. I agree.
They're gonna...
And
Are they gonna do Legion of Doom?
I don't know if they're
Because they have
going
to
as
have
far.
a Justice League. They gotta have a Legion of Doom.
Well, they have to establish all the Legion first. So far,
Yeah.
all they have is Doomsday and Lex Luthor.
Well, he wasn't ever part of Legion of Doom. He was just
Well,
like a
those are
side
the only
mercenary.
real
You
villain,
had,
and Zod, but two of them are dead out of the three I just mentioned.
You
They have
had
Lex Luthor,
Bizarro Superman, Solomon Grundy,
Black Manta.
Black Manta, the cheetah chick. I always forget.
I don't remember their name.
I
I think it's like Chitara or some
think
weird ripoff.
something like that, yeah.
That's Wonder Woman's
Lex
chick.
Luthor,
Yeah.
and then the Ice guy. Ice.
I don't, yeah,
About
but
freeze.
see, there's still like a lot of people to establish. Like, Wonder Woman has her own movie coming out. Aquaman has his own movie coming out. So we don't know. Like, they'll probably establish more characters as they go on. Justice League is supposed to either have Darkseid or Brainiac as the main villain.
I would
but
think
Justice
they would
League is
do-
also a two-parter movie.
I would think they would do Brainiac first, because Brainiac teams up with Darkseid at one point. And because Darkseid's like the badass of the badasses, like that's just where it is. That's like
That would
Apocalypse
make-
for X-Men.
Yeah, that would make sense. But they're already hinting Darkseid in Batman's Dream, which is like, does Batman have ESP now? Like, where did that come from?
True.
Like, I know it's just to further the plot and like tied into Justice League, but I never, unless somebody's showing him that. The Flash part where Flash like bursts in that tunnel, like the breaking the space
Was that
time.
real? Like,
That was the Flash. That's in his.
did he really see that, or was he dreaming that part?
He was really seeing that.
Okay, that's what I thought, because I was like,
And that's not Flash's actual outfit. That's the outfit that he needs to go through time, like, and protect himself and shit. Because it looked all robotic and weird.
I remember that, because he runs. There's a part where Superman and the Flash race around the world to see who's faster,
Yeah.
and it doesn't end up
They
well.
they go back, back in.
It's cool as fuck, but
But yeah, and whatever he was yelling, like Lois is the key. Like if Lois dies, then Superman's fucking like
shit's over.
gonna fuck everyone in the
Shit's
face.
over. The thing what I didn't get is when Superman got hit by the nuke, when he went up to space with Doomsday, like, why did he look like Bizarro?
You're
Superman?
not the only one that has said that, dude.
Like, he looked, I was like, is that fucking, I freaked out for a minute. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
we both looked at each other in the theater because his eyes were all sunken in and he looked all weird.
He's all sucked up.
I
and
hope
shit.
they don't make Superman, like now that he's dead, come back as Bizarro or some weird shit like that. Like he needs to exist in a different dimension, like parallel to ours, because that's what Bizarro Superman
Bizarro
is.
Superman came from a different dimension that Mixie Pixelated got from.
Yeah, and he like
brought him
cloned Superman, but it was like a retarded Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was like,
Handicapped Superman.
because radiation technically shouldn't hurt him so bad that he almost zombified himself or mummified, whatever. He should have
Well,
just been able to absorb and been like, yeah,
he's
bitch.
in the vacuum of space, so doesn't that do weird shit to your like?
To a human being, yeah, you'd be dead like that. Superman, apparently not.
All he needed was the sun, though. The sun just shine on him, and he was just
Yeah.
like, nah. Well, that's
What
not
happened in
supposed to be.
fucking Man of Steel too.
Well,
After
at
that
the
shit
end,
fucked up, he's like,
At the end, with the like the gravity kind of getting all distorted, with the rocks kind of started to flip around
the coffin.
Yeah. Oh, he's coming back.
Oh yeah,
It's just a weird way to end the movie and start the Justice League.
Superman can't die. The reason he fucking got fucked up so bad is because the kryptonite pierced his body, and because it like
He was weakened by the kryptonite
Yeah.
and then got
and
stabbed by
because his
Doomsday.
healing, he could heal like if he gets cut, like Wolverine status times 300. But
the.
like,
Yeah, but they buried him like while he was like trying to heal. Like no sun.
I know, but nobody knew.
yeah.
I thought that whole time, like when like Lois was like hugging him or something, I was like, boom. You probably both of you probably kept hearing me. I was like, boom, boom. Like, come on, you're gonna come back
No.
any second now. Nope.
I
Oh,
knew
credits.
he wasn't gonna. I knew he wasn't gonna. I was like,
They
the
killed
way-
him off for a while in the comic books.
the
and
way
they
that
rolled
he
that
does
train,
it-
but they always bring him back.
in the comic, the way he does it is after they bury him, he comes back to life, but he doesn't tell anybody. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't save anybody. He goes to fucking Fortress of Solitude and where Antarctica, Greenland, whatever. Hangs out for a while, makes a bunch of weird experiments, find fucking Kryptonian like dragons and whatever else. Hangs out with them, and then decides he's ready and then goes out and does shit. So.
Yeah, grows his hair all long.
Yeah, and a big ass fucking beard. And that's how I think they're gonna do it. That'd be fucking cool.
I don't know. The movie's getting a lot more negative criticism than I believe it deserves. Like, and I'm not the only one that thinks this. If that second trailer that showed Doomsday and showed Wonder Woman in her actual costume never happened, if it never came out, this movie would probably be more well received. Like, if they had hidden Doomsday,
I never
It
even
wouldn't
saw
have-
any of it. Until
it wouldn't have
in the
pissed
theaters.
people off so much in that trailer. And if they'd hidden Wonder Woman, the fucking, like, ugh, of Wonder Woman, like, popping out of nowhere and, like, fucking shit up. Like, they could have teased her not in her outfit, like, when she's flirting with Bruce Wayne or whatever. That was fine.
Yeah,
But when they showed all of them together, it
I agree.
completely negates the Batman versus Superman
'Cause
title.
did you hear when
because it
people-
shows them all as friends.
people did cheer, like the chicks were like, "Woo!" I
Yeah.
believe some
People
of them probably
clapped,
had
dude.
no idea. Someone were like, "Whoa, what the fuck, man!" Like,
People clapped.
they should have kept it like that.
And if they hadn't shown that in the trailers, everyone would have clapped. Everyone in that whole theater would have
I
been
would've
like,
been
"Oh my
I'd have been
god!"
like, I don't really like Wonder Woman. Just I'm not sexist. I mean,
she's hot.
I've never liked her as. I mean, it's just. I mean, if all the Themyscirians or whatever you want to call them, like there was some way better warriors. Like the actual, okay, she's Princess Diana, but the Queen of Themyscira, she was a bad bitch. Like, why wasn't she in Justice League? Like,
they released a picture of the Wonder Woman movie, and it has like all the like Themyscira warriors, like and Wonder Woman's mom and shit.
Yeah.
But it's also going to take place in World War One.
Well, the thing is they're
because
immortals.
they showed that picture, remember, of Wonder Woman in World War One with Chris Pine.
Yeah,
in,
they're
on
immortals
the
though. Like they
yeah.
live forever as long as.
But
they
like,
don't stray too far from the island.
But like Wonder Woman's like fought like gods and shit. Like, why are you doing World War One? Does she need a love interest? I don't think so. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, because that's how Princess Diana has a thing like Superman and Batman. Like her husband,
and she has to have
killed.
like a foundation for her like.
Oh wait, that's what it is. If their virginity gets taken, then they become unimmortal. That's what it was.
That's
if they bone, then they can die.
They bone. Well, I think they're building it up so the Amazonians are partially Kryptonian. Because there was like a comic book that was released with Man of Steel that shows like before like the Superman ship like crash lands or whatever, but before like he wakes up, Supergirl like wakes up and like wanders off into the distance.
Kara?
Yeah.
That was his cousin though.
Yeah, but she's not in Man of Steel, so she's somewhere existing.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like they
maybe building like a new civilization of superhuman people.
In the comic, like she was before Krypton exploded, she was sent off for like the same thing that
yeah.
Why do I
she crash landed before Superman. Yeah, I guess that's what I meant.
But not on Earth. She was on different planets, like doing what Jor-El wanted what Cal to do. He like to go like fucking terraform places.
In this continuation, she's on Earth somewhere. They just haven't mentioned her yet. And even in Man of Steel, when he goes back to his ship in the Fortress of Solitude or whatever, it shows that open, empty pod.
Yeah.
Next to his.
I noticed that.
So she's somewhere in the world, and that might be where Wonder Woman came from.
That's what I saw that too, and I was like, wait a minute, because there's mummified people.
Alright, another thing I didn't really have a problem with, but I see where like the hate is coming from, is the Justice League videos. Like the Flash and Cyborg, and like how they all had neat little logos made for them on their like hidden computer
before they
files.
Like this is that bugged me too. I was like, how do you know this is Aquaman? How do you know this is the Flash?
It's true.
Yeah, that bugged me too.
Lex Luthor has a great graphics arts team behind that shit, just making logos, random logos in case.
And that is another
use
thing.
that
Yeah,
shit.
Lex Luthor in the comics and in some of the cartoon movies. This
is the son of Lex Luthor. Like the Lex Luthor that we know.
Lex
this
Luthor
is his son.
knows.
This is Alexander
Luthor.
Yeah.
He knows his secret identity, but he doesn't know Bruce Wayne's. He doesn't. Yeah. Well, sometimes he does, but.
And this one, everybody fucking knows who Batman is, apparently.
Yeah. I don't think he really Batman. I mean, if you're Bruce Wayne and you're Batman, it's like...
Well, if you're the Justice League, it's going to be a little hard to keep here. And if you're Superman, you can just see through that shit.
If you're, like, in the Christian Bale Batman, I liked how Morgan Freeman was like, hold on a minute, you're trying to tell me that you're going to blackmail the richest man in all of Gotham City who secretly goes out and beats people up all night? Good luck. I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
And the guy's like, oh.
Nobody would, no.
Yeah. No one would fuck with that.
Nobody would give a fuck, dude. But yeah, no, I thought that was a little weird. I thought those videos were pretty cool. Like, the Aquaman was a little weird. It kind of looked like he was holding his breath. And he was like...
Well, you got to. I mean, as a human being...
That's true, but they could have done something with, like, CGI or something. Like, didn't actually have him in water or something. Like, they could have done something.
Although Aquaman...
just slapped together.
He can breathe underwater.
Yeah, he can. But I thought the Flash one was cool. I thought... Everyone's hating on the Cyborg one, but that's how it fucking happens in the comics. Like, a mother box, like, attaches itself to him and, like, creates Cyborg, like, a human technology.
That's what happened. That's what that was a mother box?
Yeah, it's a mother box.
Because, see, in the comic...
Everyone's like, oh, it was lame. Well, that's how it happened, you dumbass.
The one that I'm used to, or that I know of, like, because I've really actually only heard of Cyborg through the Teen Titans. Like, kid cartoons that my daughter watches. Like,
Yeah, that's not the best.
the one I've heard after reading a couple comics is he got fucked up in Iraq or in war, and his dad was a scientist that was doing shit with him and like just like did the $6 million man thing. Like we can read
Pretty much. In the retconning, like he was a football player that like wanted his dad's attention and like got in the way of an experiment, and like he was dying, and his dad like saved him by giving him all this technology, but it was alien technology that even he didn't understand.
Yeah.
That's how he's able to like hack into the mother boxes and shit like that.
I liked it. I thought it was cool.
I thought it was cool, dude. I had no problem with it. I mean, the animation, I guess I could see how it was like it seemed rushed, but they all seemed rushed. And everyone's like, "Oh, the Flash one was so awesome." He went back and forth.
Kind of. It just,
That's all he did?
It was blurred. It was just...
Yeah, he went back and forth, and it was like, and then it was done. I was like, that's cool, but like, not any more or less cool than the other ones.
I like
I don't know.
Personally, I think I like Aquaman's the best because, like, I don't really like Aquaman as a superhero because I was like, ever since I was
They're
a kid,
building
I
up Aquaman to be a badass, though.
He better be because, like, I mean, as a superpower, woo. I mean, they make fun of it on Family Guy all the fucking time. Like, hey, come close to water so I can get you. Like, you know, like.
I know, but if you think about it, like the retconning of Aquaman, like he has the weight of like hundreds upon millions of gallons of water on him, so he's gonna be as strong as Superman. His trident is magic, so it can hurt Superman. He can fucking swim at like the speed of sound.
Yeah.
And yeah, he can talk to fish. He can sick a fucking bull shark on your ass.
If you're in the ocean. That's why it kind of bugged me about
Well, yeah.
How often are you around somewhere where you're going to get fucked up
Well,
by
it's
a
just
whale?
like weight. It's just like gravity training in DBZ, dude. Like they're really, really heavy, but when they come out like into the lower gravity, he's probably
gonna
be fucking
Hey, he
strong.
can do the sonic wave thing.
Tell me you wouldn't be jealous if you were all sitting in the fucking dentist office, and that motherfucker's over at the fish tank talking to the fish, and you're all like, "What the fuck is he saying?"
I'd be like, well, it's weird.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
What'd you take, buddy? Okay,
Anymore.
let's get to the good stuff about Batman v Superman. Ben Affleck, probably the best Batman we've seen.
I dig it.
Very,
I didn't think I was gonna.
very cinematic. And see, and you were the one of the ones that thought it was a dumb idea.
Because in Daredevil, don't get me wrong, everybody hates the Daredevil movie. I like it.
I like it.
As a Daredevil, they need to redo a Daredevil movie though. They really do.
You need to watch the Netflix series if you haven't
I've watched
already.
it. It's fucking good. But
The season 2 has the Punisher. And
I
it's
say they
legit.
need to redo the Daredevil movie because, like,
I
if
agree.
you look at any of the screenshots of Ben Affleck as Daredevil, first of all, he should have worked out. He really should have for that. I don't know if he did or didn't.
He was a good Matt Murdock. He was
Yeah,
fine.
I thought he was good, but when you look at him in the suit, he is all head, dude. His head is fucking huge, man. Like, it drives me
Well,
nuts.
It is.
he grew into his head in this movie.
But yeah,
he's
this
huge.
as him as Batman, I would say, yeah, would be the best so far.
And he's the
Yeah.
most brutal Batman we've ever seen. Like, just
Punching people to
breaking
the floor.
people in half, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
going balls deep.
Yeah,
I like
agree.
Christian Bale as Batman, but there was always something missing, except for the first one where
He
was
made
like,
a
in the
no. Okay,
No, I feel
Bale
you, dude.
makes a good Bruce Wayne.
Oh yeah,
Like he
yeah.
makes an outstanding Bruce Wayne.
He did.
Like
He lived up to that, like, Playboy, like, I don't give a shit.
yeah, very
Yeah.
good. Well, the guy's a psychopath. Like he does the role good. Like
Just had to kill a lot of people.
yeah.
No, dude, okay. I like Christian Bale. I'm not saying I don't like Christian Bale as
Oh, of
Batman.
course not.
I like Ben Affleck better as Batman.
Yeah.
It's just
This
getting to
isn't
the
a
point now
realistic-
where you can be like, who's your favorite 007?
This is not a realistic
Sean Connery.
depiction of Batman.
Right.
This is a Batman that's supposed to be able to be like up to par with like mystical beings of like cosmic origins and shit.
Well, yeah.
This is a Batman that beat the shit out of Superman.
Well, I know. We're going into like Justice League style shit, which is dope. Because I just remember, Batman being the brains and always making the nifty gadgets to like fumble foes, and there's that always making it easier for like the badasses, which definitely gave him his role. Like it's part to play, which is you know what I mean, dude.
He was
No,
like
I
the
gotcha.
unspoken commander of the Justice League.
Yeah.
Like if Superman
He
was
is,
gone,
yeah.
everyone's like, "You're fucked. It's you, dude. I don't care how much."
Yeah,
God
nobody
you
And
kick
when
my
it's
ass."
not Batman, it's Martian Manhunter, which is like pretty much Superman equivalent
yeah.
style.
John Jones.
John Jones. That'd be cool if they brought Martian Manhunter. He's part of the Justice League, but they haven't mentioned him, and they haven't mentioned Green Lantern either.
Is it gonna be Reynolds as Green Lantern?
No, they're gonna.
Yeah.
No, but
they're
that's
probably
gonna-
gonna bring
that's
in
gonna-
Jon Stewart, dude.
Wait, Jon Stewart is in the
The
Daily
black,
Show.
the black. No,
What the fuck?
Jon Stewart, the Black Green Lantern.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, they took a left on that.
No.
Dude, my mind went blank just thinking about that. I was like, no.
Picture Jon Stewart in the costume.
Right?
Doesn't-
Actually, I don't know.
no, it doesn't work out. It doesn't work out. Maybe as Guy Gardner. The Green Lantern with like the bird mask. Anyway, I don't know, dude. I like the movie. Everyone says like it was unfocused. Like I thought it had.
It was a little bit. It jumped.
It was a little everywhere,
Mhm.
but everyone's like, oh, the first half an hour is good, and then it falls apart after that. I thought the first hour and so was really good, and then it started to get a little muddled, but it wasn't hard enough to where I couldn't follow it.
It dragged a little bit between a few parts, but yeah, they did jump from random things to other things. It was kind of like, okay, but I mean, to pack all that shit that they were doing into one movie, they did pretty good.
It's true.
You know?
That's
You
Yeah,
had to
I
please
guess so.
Batman fans and Superman fans, because if you pissed them off both, then they're not going to watch the second installment of it. They don't care.
And I think they did a relatively good job not pissing off Batman fans, at least. Superman fans, I don't know. They might still like.
I'm
They're
a fan
still.
of both, but I like the way he
teetering.
weaponized the kryptonite, because
That's true.
in the comics,
And I like
don't
that's
really know.
that's what the gun was at the end. Where he's like holding it as
Yeah.
like a gas grenade gun.
Because he fucking got Doomsday with it, which makes sense. Like, what I really thought they were gonna do is his mech suit, or I don't even know if it was mech suit, was it? Powered a little bit.
It was a
maybe?
power suit. Yeah.
I thought what it was gonna be a little bit lined with kryptonite, and then have kryptonite knuckles, because that's how
That'd
it
be
usually is in the comic. Which
Legit. He
kind
should've
of makes
done
sense, but not because
The speed and strength of Superman.
you can't equal it until you hit his skin with it, and even then you'd have to punch him maybe 100 times before he starts absorbing enough to where it would weaken him to the point where he could get hurt.
Yeah.
So I like the gas one because he was bleeding it into his bloodstream instantly. And I was like, oh, that's a good fucking idea. That works.
Yeah, I like once they explained that. There's still no explaining like Batman shooting people with a handgun, except that he's had enough.
Yeah, that's the only way he could do it. It's the only way he could do it because his.
And there was also when he was driving around, I'm pretty sure he killed a couple people.
Oh yeah.
He,
No, that's a good.
knocked those cars
That's
out of the
any-
way
that's
and
any
shit.
Batman
Well,
movie,
the
though,
fucking-
really,
That's
like,
true.
If you look at it,
Even in the
high
Tim Burton
caliber
Batman
minigun that
movies.
was like blowing away the convoy trucks and with people shooting out of, Yeah, dude, like they had to die in like the explosion or fucking like the car like flipping and landing on top of them.
And you can't tell me when his Batplane flew into that building and just unloaded his twin 50s on it that one didn't hit someone along the way. Like, those are big bullets.
There had to have been at least a couple of janitors in that building
Yeah.
polishing those floors.
Someone had to get to it.
I dig Punisher Batman. I'm not gonna lie. Like he can fight, he can fuck some shit up. I liked that it showed like what happens when Batman like gets shot or stabbed. Like the suit fucking says no. And just like breaks the knives or like
He did
stops the
get
bullet.
stabbed that one time though. He just kind of took it. He was like, "Ugh!"
Oh yeah, he just like took it out and then stabbed
took
it
it out
in the
and
gut.
re-stabbed that.
And everyone's like,
dude.
"Oh, he stabbed that guy." I'm like, "He didn't kill him.
Didn't kill him.
He stuck him to the wall. That's it."
Think about it. If you get a sharp ass bat-shaped boomerang thrown at your head, you're gonna get fucked
It's
up a
true.
little bit.
It's gonna
Like
hurt.
it's gonna happen, or roped up.
That was another thing that people were freaking out about, the bat branding. What did you think about that? Because that was like a death sentence.
I thought it was appropriate because he.
So
In a
people
way,
knew,
in a
like-
way, he was kind of killing them, but through clandestine killing. Like, I mean, he was kind of delegating his killing to the criminals. Cause
Yeah,
he was like,
I wouldn't
well,
consider that him killing people, though a lot of people have.
He knew that he was. I mean, it was a death sentence.
I didn't think
But
it
at
was
the
a
same
death
time-
sentence.
People were dying because they had the
Yeah,
bat brand.
but at the same time, he was doing it because. I mean, you can only
Oh,
go on the street so many
so-
times.
Like the gangs and shit like that.
Yeah,
It was
In the
like-
prison, yeah.
Yeah, because they thought they were snitches and shit.
But like, you can only clean it up so many times before you had enough. And I thought I liked it.
It's true.
If I was Batman, I would be dark as fuck. I mean, you're the Dark Knight. You're, I am the Night. But you're gonna do fucked up shit. Like, you're not a clean. You're not Superman, dude. You should be dark. You should be twisted. You should fucking go around and fucking...
And he was, dude. And he was.
That's how you should do it. If you were Batman, that's how... Because you're a human being. You're not superpowered. You have money to do cool shit. But you're still human.
Guys,
you're gonna have to fuck someone else.
Superman is what Hercules would have been if he chose to go to Olympus.
If you want to go Greek on it.
Kinda, because Hercules is a demigod, which basically is what Superman is. He's human, but he can die.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
he's
but
not
he
human.
chose to stay on. He chose to give up immortality to stay for love, which is what Superman kind of struggles with. Like his sanity is dependent on the one human girl. Like
Yeah.
no matter
Which-
what,
yeah,
like
okay,
she's gonna
that-
die anyway.
that
Like what
bugs
is he
me.
gonna do? Like go to the
What?
viewing and just like lose his
Like-
shit?
Like Lois Lane, I've always thought, okay, you're fucking Superman. You could get anybody you wanted. All you'd have to do is take off your glasses and be like, bitch, look, I can fly. You get anybody.
No.
Picks Lois Lane. Okay, she's cute in the
No,
movie,
dude,
but
a fucking
they should've got
redhead
someone hotter.
bookworm type.
Wonder
with
Woman,
glasses.
man.
Like, right? Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Imagine
Goes
the
back to
sex
the
those
whole
two would
argument
have,
that,
dude.
like-
You fuck holes through the planet, dude. Just
I'm
like,
sure.
Awesome.
I'm sure
Great sex.
Superman blows a load like a shotgun right out the back of her head, dude.
It'd be
Like,
great sex, dude.
You all remember Hancock, right?
Hancock, yeah.
Or yeah,
Yeah.
Hancock.
Climb on the pig! Climb on the pig! Going back to the whole argument about Doomsday should have been in the movie. If Doomsday wasn't in this movie for like superpowered people to fight other superpowered things, it would just this movie would have ended with Batman saving Superman's mom and Lex Luthor just being like, oh, and going off to jail. Like it would have been boring.
Getting weird.
Yeah.
They could have done a different villain, though. Or if you want to call him that. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
They could have.
I don't know who.
I think they were just trying to give it that recognition, man. Get
Just give
people
it a start,
hyped.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
but Doomsday could have been like drug out, like
For a whole film. They could have done a whole film around that.
yeah.
Well,
Or around the death of Superman.
If any of the other villains that Batman and Superman both would fight came in, like if you got Bizarro Superman, that's basically Superman versus Superman. Like that's got to have its own movie. It has to. If it doesn't,
True.
they're not doing it justice. Like,
I think the script was a mess, and Zack Snyder did the best that he could with all of the pressure from the studio and shit that was probably pushing him like down upon him. I don't want to blame it completely on Zack Snyder.
I think the reason why they did Doomsday, though, think about it, is you have to have a really strong, powered fucking enemy, so Wonder Woman and Superman can fight, but also show the dynamic of Batman, where he is part of the team and can help,
Yeah.
so, which he did.
And they also have to be able to raise the stakes after this, so they still have Darkseid in reserve. It's not the most powerful person in the DC universe.
No, but
as
he's
as Doomsday. I mean,
one of the.
yeah, but he's one of them, and he can tangle with fucking Wonder Woman and Superman.
Well, see, the thing
What you
is,
see.
though, is Doomsday actually killed Superman. Well, okay, I guess it did in the movie too, but like, I don't know, like in the comic book for Superman versus Doomsday, Doomsday beat the shit out of
Yeah.
him. Beat the.
I remember
fucking-
reading that shit. Yeah.
Killed it.
Yeah, dude.
So,
Pull. I know.
I mean, I don't know. They did good with what they had.
They did good with what the ending seemed a tad rushed, but the 3-hour cut is coming out in like 3 months, so we'll have like
Wasn't the movie 3?
almost, but all the stuff that they cut out of the movie,
Oh, okay.
they're putting back in when they release it on Blu-ray.
That'd be cool.
So we'll see what we didn't see in the original, and maybe that'll make it a better film because people didn't like the fucking theatrical version of Watchmen, and then the director's cut comes out and it's like praised as a cult classic and shit. So, and that's a Zack Snyder film too. So
I love the fucking.
I love that movie too. I don't
Love
understand.
the
It's like a perfect representation, except at the end, I guess they didn't include the giant tentacle monster or whatever. But that would have been like another $30 million like ending just tacked on to like the last 10 minutes
Yeah.
of the movie.
I thought it was good. I love that movie. It was
He did fine. All right, let's give it a score. Bidu, what do you think out of 10?
For me, I'd say 9.5 because I don't know. I mean, even my most favorite movie wouldn't even rate a 10 because, dude, there's just. Well, actually, maybe I don't know. I don't really have a favorite movie. I have too many. So yeah, 9.5.
That's
out
good.
of 10.
That's good. All right, Stylon.
I'm gonna lean almost a 9.
Okay.
I can't give it the full 9, like an 8.7.
Okay.
We'll do that.
That's fair. Okay. And I'm going to give it an 8 just because I see where the complaints are coming from. I see where they are. but it is in no way a bad movie.
Hell no.
Oh no.
It's a good follow-up to Man of Steel. It deals with issues that Man of Steel set up and people were confused about. It gave us a badass Batman that's now going to be in his own Batman movies that are going to be badass.
Because that's what got me about Man of Steel, is how destructive that movie was in the end. I was like, whoa, this is millions of people dying.
Yeah.
That Superman's just like, bitch, this shit's happening. I'm going through your building.
Yeah, well, he wasn't Superman yet.
Fuck.
He just
He was wearing the suit.
I know, but he just barely figures out that he has powers, and then 3 more people just like him come, and they're like, "Fuck your bitch."
Yeah, but he was like, I don't want to kill, and when he killed Zod, but he didn't care about topping
all the people.
14 high-rises. Just
I go with he couldn't do anything about it yet. He was trying to, but he couldn't yet. But no, I got it. But then and then this movie deals with those. And that's what gives Batman the motivation to go after Superman. Because he's on the phone with his people as they're dying and the building's falling over and shit.
Yeah.
That was emotional, man.
His snap was when he rescued that little girl. He's like,
shit's over!
Yeah, that's where it happened.
Oh, alright. I give it 8 out of 10. I say it's a badass movie. Go fucking check it out for yourself. Make up your own opinions. Don't listen to the goddamn reviews, because they're not all true.
Critics always get the worst movies and say they're good.
It's true, dude.
They overthink their job.
Yeah. Really.
Brigades.